Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to NTN Nipple to Nipple MMA. I'm your host, Terrence, and I'm going to be talking to you something about a little bit different today. I'm going to be talking to you about DDP, the T-shirt that he was wearing that said "Trump prefers champions." Now, that T-shirt was actually there to antagonize the American fighter, Sean Strickland. It was there to antagonize him because he wasn't winning and DDP was winning. And Trump is actually his president, Sean Strickland's president, because DDP is from South Africa. So that sparked outrage here in South Africa. Not so much. This is difficult to talk about because, of course, um, it's mostly the people on the left that did not like his shirt. I'll just say that when it comes to politics. Yeah, it's going to touch on politics, especially in South Africa. What's happening at the moment with the expropriation of land without compensation, and then also when it comes to the BEE laws, where white South Africans, Indians, and colors, when it comes to trying to find work or getting a promotion or studying, um, where we can't get grants and we can't get promotions and that type of thing because we're not black. Um, and you'd say probably, nah, can't be in the year 2025. No way. Yeah, it's here. We have about, I think, 143 uh, racial laws in South Africa. Um, I'd understand it. I understood it in the beginning. In 1994, I think I was about 6 years old or 7 years old, and I remember so well because in 1995 we won the World Cup, and then everything seemed to be coming together. You know, black, white, all of us came together on that day, 1995. The rugby. That's why we are such a strong rugby culture and we're world champions, is because of all the history when it comes to that. Um, that really united the country, and it does the same every time we win the World Cup. It pulls us together. But these days, not so much. We have got, same as in America, we've got the leftist newspapers like News 24, IOL, these, what's it called, Times Live. They all press on the left, and they support, say for example, the wokeness that's going on in America. That is being stopped by Trump, which is a good thing in my opinion. And I am a Trump supporter. It's out there now. Um, but yeah, and I can't, I don't understand. The thing is, most of the people that had an issue with it didn't understand why he was wearing that T-shirt. It wasn't anything got to do with our politics. To be honest with you, in my opinion, it only had to do with Sean. That's the American fighter that's not going to win. So, Trump likes champions or prefers champions. And Trump is a major supporter of the UFC. If Dana White and Trump didn't come together, in my opinion, the UFC wouldn't have gotten as big as it did, because back in the day, if you don't know a bit of UFC, how it started, the Americans didn't want it to be shown on TV. They had it as like cockfighting. You know what I mean? They they didn't like it at all. So it was against the law to show that. And Trump and Dana, when they got together, they gave it a chance, or Trump gave them a chance to actually start their business, get it up on their feet, and now it's massive. And like I said, it didn't actually have anything to do with politics, but because of the left and because of what's happening now in the news with Trump and withholding aid, or actually not withholding aid anymore. It has now been cancelled. And people would say that is such a bad thing because there's a lot of treatments in there for HIV and that type of thing. But if it's also in the contract that states that if you don't align with how we operate, or if you become an enemy, I've seen the ANC, when they took America to the ICJ court, idiots, absolute idiots. Any case, then also they support Hamas, and they've been in contact with Hamas, and there's any case, it's just, I don't think there's a lot of South Africans, in my opinion, that side with the ANC or where they're going. We usually side with the West. And the ANC or Ramaphosa, he is not siding with the West and is not in our best interest, in my opinion. So yeah, that is the gist of what's happening. I'm glad that Trump, or that he's doing what he is doing, because then hopefully they can get these racist laws out of our country and we can actually thrive as a nation. The best people get the job on merit, not on color. So yeah, I mean, that's just a little bit of it. That's like scratching the surface of what's happening. I don't intend on bringing politics into my channel, the UFC channel, but yeah, that's just a little bit of a news, and that's coming from a South African, so you sort of know what Dricus did wasn't actually political, but everything is now political in South Africa, especially the USA versus South Africa, and when it comes to the aid. So yeah, that's it. Tell me what you guys think. I know there's going to be probably a lot of pushbacks and a lot of negative comments in my channel. Don't give a shit. Don't care. But yeah, I'd just like to know what some of you guys think, and maybe even some of the overseas people, how they see the situation and what's happening, and it's when it comes to the funding for AIDS and antiretroviral and all that type of thing. I understand that there's a lot of people that's going to be affected by this, but the ANC has been poking and poking and poking, and yeah, if you poke enough, you're going to find the fuck out what's going to happen. And this is what's happened. And if the ANC, I hope I hope the South African public, or the large majority of the South African public, wakes up, sees what's actually happening here. Because I mean, even if a black person, if you are, if you do a great job, in your case, it's not what you know, it's going to be probably who you know. If you don't know the person very well, you don't have ties to someone, then you're not going to get the promotion and that type of thing, which is also wrong, and which should also be rooted out. But I mean, like I say, I'm hoping the majority of South Africans wake up, kick the ANC out, and let's get someone else in that can do the job, that will take all this racism and everything out of our laws and out of our country. Because as a white South African and as a proud Afrikaner, ek gaan nergens heen nie. I'm staying right here. I'm not going anywhere. I was born here. My parents were born here. Their parents were born here. So, not going anywhere. But in any case, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.